My name is Dorie Clark, and I have a Master of Theological Studies, which I got in 1999. And right now, I am a marketing strategy consultant and the author of a book called Reinventing You, Define Your Brand, Imagine Your Future, which came out from Harvard Business Review Press. But I've done a lot of things since Divinity School, including working as a journalist, a presidential campaign spokesperson, a nonprofit executive director, and a documentary filmmaker. So it's been an eclectic path. When I graduated from Smith College in 1997, I was really interested in politics and advocacy. And at the time, the Christian Coalition and the Promise Keepers, the general sort of religious right, was really powerful and ascendant in American politics. And so I came to HDS partly because I had been a philosophy major and I was really interested in broad existential questions, but also at a very applicable level, I wanted to understand the political dynamics that were shaping our country. I finally got hired to be a journalist, and I was thrilled. That was a great job, and it's something that I probably would have kept as a lifetime career for myself if the economy hadn't changed so profoundly. And so I needed to come up with something. And I had an opportunity because I had been covering politics. A gentleman reached out to me who was affiliated with the Robert Reich for Governor campaign, and so the former U.S. Labor Secretary. And so I signed on and became his press secretary, and that started me on a track working in politics. And so I went with that, and I probably would have still continued to go with that, except my candidates kept losing. I worked on the gubernatorial race, I worked on Howard Dean's presidential race, where I was the New Hampshire communications director. And, that didn't work out as planned either. So I came back to Boston and for 2 years was the executive director of the Massachusetts Bicycle Coalition, which is a statewide bicycling advocacy group. So that was great because it taught me a couple of things. One is it gave me professional contacts that sort of spanned the environmental, the transportation, the public health realms. The other thing that it did was that it essentially taught me how to run a business. And I hadn't necessarily been counting on that knowledge, but it came to me and I realized, oh, wait a minute, I can do this for myself. And so 7 years ago, I launched my own consulting business and have been doing it ever since. And so these days I advise corporations on marketing strategy, and I also teach at several business schools and blog frequently for Forbes and the Harvard Business Review, and have my new book, Reinventing You.